Here I am, Lamar DeFore. I'm here with Logan Brown again.
Back at it.
We're going to do another episode talking. Hopefully, maybe crank out a skit.
Hopefully.
Before we leave
Hope
here.
so, man.
We'll figure it out. So since the last time, that skit actually did really well.
Yeah, it really did good.
Yeah, it's like up to 5K views right now.
That's not bad, dude.
It's not better than anything else I've ever had.
Yeah, that's why Instagram, you'll really pop off on the view. Like, they'll definitely let a lot of people see your video. You
Yes.
know what I mean? You just gotta get the likes, that like ratio. How many was that one up to? I don't know.
At 5,000.
5,000 views. How many likes on it though?
I don't know, 100 and something,
Yeah.
and then I have a lot of shares.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like I feel like I have more shares than likes.
Yeah, that's a pretty good. Yeah, that's a good. Well, that's actually a really good indicator, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice. All right.
Shares is, unless people are making fun of you, which I guess even then it's like, but that video people definitely aren't, like, because the comments would have been like flaming you as well.
Yeah, but if they are making fun of me, somebody's laughing. I'm actually not that
true.
mad about it.
You are a comedian, bro.
Yeah, so might as well. But make you laugh without even meaning to make you laugh, doesn't that make me a better comedian?
It's a solid theory, dude.
It's like lesbians flipping in their mind to why they should start identifying as they, them.
Okay. Wow.
The back
Okay.
flip.
That's I see the correlation. Dude, we're out here in front of a mic. Do you ever?
It's a beautiful view out
It
there.
is. I'm gazing at like a beautiful sunset right now. I find it so hard to like come up with something every week that isn't total shit. Like, I want it. If I'm on stage and I say something, I want it to be good, because it's like it's always, every time you're up there, that's a representative of like yourself. You know what I mean? That could be the only time someone ever sees you. So like, it's hard to like. I don't have anything that I haven't done that I feel like is worth doing. You know what I mean?
Really?
But I don't want to go up there and just jerk myself off by doing all the jokes that I already know work. You know what I mean?
I wouldn't do that either, and I wouldn't put any weight toward open mics. We're here waiting outside of an open mic. We already signed up.
Yeah.
We're getting ready to go.
Yeah.
We're waiting for.
We're in purgatory.
Yeah, we're waiting for them to finish setting up everything for people to gather, and then the show will start at like 7:10. But I wouldn't put any weight on going up into these mics, because you should be in there working out, like doing stuff that you don't ever want film to get filmed.
That is
true.
Like, that is true.
You go in there, and really, I think once you finally don't give a shit in there, you have good sets out in like I'm not saying don't give a shit about making people laugh. I'm saying
for sure. Take the risks.
Taking the risk, as soon as you're finally okay, and you're okay with them not liking it, or whoever they are, we don't even know their names.
Right.
Like, how can we
Right.
put weight on something?
Well, you were at the show last week. You were at the mic last week, right? Is
Yes.
that when we filmed?
Yeah,
Last week is when we filmed the last episode. Okay.
I don't think
Did you see my set?
What?
Oh my God, it was so bad. There was that table of black people right up front, and I did like a really bad black joke. It's not even that funny, and like, it was like, I already talked about it on the episode I did with Zach right after it, but it's probably the hardest silence I've ever heard, like, since I've started. It was crazy, dude. But I've been trying to commit to just doing stuff that's riskier now. You know what I mean? Because like that, like I kind of knew it was gonna bomb, but like I needed to make sure. You know what I mean?
Right. And you got to push the line to even know where the line is.
For sure.
You know?
Yeah, you got to fuck up to know how to push it the right way.
Yeah, you should be right on that edge, and then like, okay, that part probably wasn't good, but I could do this instead. You know, I feel like as long as you're coming to the mic and there's at least one thing different, even if it's just a tag in a bit.
Right. You're doing something.
Or even if you're like, oh, I want to do this motion and like do this animation in my bit, I think you're good, you know?
Yeah.
But if you're coming here and it is year 5 and you're still doing the same material, bro, come on.
There's people that do that for sure, but there's also people that I don't know. So they could do a whole 5 minutes. Like, there's people tonight where it's like they're probably gonna do a whole 5 minutes just talking about a new pope and talking about all the different things and there's people that they can write about topical things and just make it work every week. And I don't know. I am so envious of that. I wish I could. I try to sit and write throughout the week and come up with new topical stuff. Like, I was trying to write a joke about the Pope. I mean, there's something there. An American Pope from Chicago.
Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff
there's so
on
much.
the internet about
I
it.
keep seeing stuff, and it's like
Charlie. I forgot what it was. It was New Girl, and the guy actor, the main male actor on that, he was doing a Chicago accent, and it was like, oh, the Pope has a cousin that's just like this. Like, there's a bunch of...
so much stuff there that I keep seeing. I'm like, God, why didn't I think of that?
Are you Catholic though?
I am.
You are? So,
Yeah.
yeah, you should be able to relate
That's what
a
I'm
little
saying.
bit.
I should be the one that could write fucking jokes about this, man. But yeah, it's like anytime I try to every good joke I have, every single thing that is in my real 5 or 10 minute set that I have, it came to me just like out of the ether. Like,
Yes.
already fully formed as a joke.
It's so hard to just sit down and write.
Some people can do that, and I feel like that's the people that they get hired by, people to actually be writers. You know
yes.
what I mean? Like, I could never do that because I can't clock in and sit down and start writing something funny.
I do feel like writing these skits is improving a lot of my writing.
I could see
just
that,
being
yeah.
able to rattle out some things and then put it into the bit.
For me, the editing too, like, I've been noticing more, like...
Talk about a learning curve, the
Yeah.
editing stuff.
Yeah. Well, because you see videos on Instagram or TikTok or whatever, and it seems so simple to get it to look like that, but you have to be extremely deliberate and meticulous to make it look, just to make it look normal. Not even to make it look good, but to make it look like not shit.
Not shit. Like
Yes.
a millisecond off of like an edit could...
And it just makes your whole thing look, it's like, oh, this isn't real. Like, this is...
And then you post
Yeah.
it and one word is messed up. Or you edited it and then it undid it somehow.
There's like one little cut.
That's
or
a little off.
one transition, you're like, how'd that transition get in there? I didn't fucking put that there.
Yes.
I don't want a fucking wipe cut. I'm not George Lucas. Like, what the hell, dude?
I want to figure out how to use those strategically, the transitions.
yeah.
Because right now I'm just like tick, 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 tick. Here's the next skit. Here's the next scene. Next scene. Next scene. Next scene. Next scene. I do want to be able to use those.
Yeah.
Oh, a star one. Now we're doing like a porno video.
Because the editing, Sam Hyde talks about this a lot, but like, he always says the first thing, everything he makes, he tries to make the aesthetic. That's like the first thing he focuses on. And you can see that when you watch his stuff specifically, but I think it is very important to have a good aesthetic, make it look nice, and then your joke can be portrayed the way you want it to. But a lot of times the editing plays into the joke. Something you see a lot on internet humor is like a scream getting cut off. Like, someone falls and it's like, ah, and then that's the hard cut into the video and it starts looping again. And it's like it's little things like that. And once you start editing videos, you notice it in the wild. And it's like, holy shit. You just don't realize how deliberate all the creators you see are. Like, they're being extremely meticulous. You don't accidentally get it to look.
It's almost like they're better editors than actors.
Yeah, for sure. The editing is way more important a lot of times.
That's why I guess you see, you're like, dang, I could do that. Everyone's like, I could do that, but they don't realize there's a whole
dude.
Acting and filming it is like a 20-minute part of your day. And then the editing and cutting through.
That's a whole night. That's a sleepless night.
That's a whole, yeah. And that's you doing it all, and then going back and reviewing it, and then being like, I'm about to post this, and then right before you post, you're like, oh, that little part's shit, and then you do that little part, and you're like, oh, now everything's shit, and it's the entire night of doing that.
Sleepless nights, dude. For like humor video, that's the crazy, dude. This is so embarrassing. The other night, I was like up editing a video, and I'm like, I thought the file corrupted, so I thought I lost the whole thing, and I've been working on it for like a day. Like so much work going into this thing.
No.
I thought I lost the whole thing, and it was 1 a.m. and I did have like like just a breakdown. I started screaming and just freaking out, and I was screaming, and then I hear the guy below me. He's like, "Other people live here, you fucking prick." I was like, "Oh,
you live in an
God.
apartment?
I live in an apartment,
No.
yeah, dude." I felt like such a jackass, but it makes you feel so much worse because you're like, I'm editing a 30-second like comedy video.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be stupid
Fun
and funny.
Yes.
And I'm being a fucking psycho about it.
Did you yell back? Like
No.
sorry or anything?
No.
You just like,
I
"All
was
right,
too
got you."
ashamed. I was ashamed.
Yeah. You didn't want him to recognize your normal voice.
Hell no, dude. I was like, hopefully he like can't tell which person it was. But it feels weird not having a phallic shape to hold on to,
I know.
dude. I like a physical mic. I want to buy the one I have right now isn't, but I want to buy one that's like I just want to hold it.
Yeah,
Even with no video.
I want to get a 3D printer and just put some nuts on each of the mics. That way, when people are talking,
Like
they have,
truck nuts for a mic?
Little nuts,
Yeah.
yeah.
Make it look
truck
like a
nuts.
dick.
Yeah, maybe if I could get some that are dangling, and that way
That would
they
be
flop
funny.
around.
That would be good for a
Okay.
mic.
Well, this has been good. It's been a good short episode. What have you been up to?
Man,
I saw you come up with a new skit. It was, you were editing it you were doing it with another dude. You just posted it like 2 days ago. What was it?
I don't know. What was I doing with someone else? I made one with my brother in Walmart. I posted that this morning.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
Yes.
I've been that one. I think I'm gonna keep driving in that character. Like I don't know what I'm gonna call him, but right now it's Soy Guy. I'm just basically just anti-meat, pro-soy. I'm trying to be like. I'm gonna start posting videos of myself like flexing, like I'm Logan Brown, soy athlete, soy bodybuilder. Like you want to be like these red meat eating Joe Rogan idiots. Like no, you want to be a soy daddy.
Yeah.
Be like me, bro.
It'd be cool if you had some milk just leaking out of your nipples and whatever.
that would be good. Yeah, no, a lot of people thought it was real. I don't know if you watched the whole thing, but it's pretty obvious we're laughing in between cuts and takes, and people legit are like, soy lowers your testosterone. Like it's
I saw
just
somebody
so funny.
commented, "Soy boss, the final soy boss."
Yeah.
That was funny.
Estrogen
They
final
got the
boss.
joke. They
Yeah,
got the joke.
Clearly, like, I don't know. The stuff that people think is real. I've done that a couple times now where I post something, I'm like, clearly everyone will know that this is satire.
Yes.
And
You can control the internet. Like, the dumbest people are on the internet.
it really is. Most people are the dumbest people, too.
How
Most
much of
people
it
are
do you
so-
feel as bots?
The whole dead internet theory thing, I don't know. I feel like it's...
I don't think it's
Ma-
dead, but
I
I
don't
do
think-
think there is an influx in certain...
It's hard to say, like, what constitutes someone being on the internet? Like, just in terms of bots to humans, there's definitely more bots, but they're not. I don't know how much stuff they're actually doing.
Yeah.
I feel like it's just a lot of viewing.
I feel like when it comes to political stuff, I really do feel like there's bots for flooding into certain views and stuff. Because you'll see stuff, and like no one could really think like this is reality. Even the comments will be more than the likes.
Yeah,
And literally all the
yeah.
comments are negative to their viewpoint, but the likes stay up there with it. And you're like, obviously, that is a flood of fake into the likes.
For sure.
Into the likes.
Dude, I got added into a group chat with like 100 bots. It was just bots, and they were talking. Well, at first I didn't realize they were bots. They were talking about the downfall of America, and I guess they were all non-Americans, but they were speaking English, and they were talking about how, yeah, stay away from America. It's like it's so bad right now, all this stuff. And I look at every single person in the group chat was a bot. And once I was reading the messages, knowing that, it was clear, like, oh yeah, this is like bot talk. But it was like a weird, like, I think it was just like a weird propaganda thing. Some random country that doesn't like America just just trying to like cast out a net to see if they can trick people.
Yes. And with AI and building like computer programs and stuff, it's not that hard to do stuff like that.
No, dude. Rating, like, bots are easy. You can pay. When I had my old YouTube channel when I was in high school, I paid a guy $50 and I woke up with like 500 subscribers and thousands of views on all my videos. And it wasn't real. It's just bots. Like, it's cheap, man.
Did it help you at all? Or did you have to basically recreate a whole new page to offset some of that?
So here's the thing. I say certain things, like with YouTube, you pretty much have to use bots in the beginning to like get
over
the hump. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then, like with Instagram, if you use like follower bots on Instagram, your page will just get nuked because you're not gonna get the likes up, and then the algorithm will be like, well, everyone that follows him obviously hates his stuff, so we're never gonna show anyone his stuff. So it's just you have to be strategic with it if you're gonna use the bots. A lot of big people do use the bots. A lot of big podcasts have used the bots to get started, just because you need to get on the front page. If you have 10 episodes and you use a ratings bot to give you thousands of ratings, you're gonna jump up to the top of, you're gonna be on the front page of Apple Podcasts, and that alone is gonna start a whole fan base for you. You know
really?
what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's kind of my plan. I'm gonna get like 100 episodes that people can binge, and then I'm gonna see if I can fuck around with some bot shit, get on the front page of Spotify, Apple Podcasts, just for a day, and see if something comes from that. You know what I mean?
See if you can just get some kind of extra engagement.
I know I've talked about this before for sure, but I wonder if there's a way, because you could get sponsors on a podcast with less than 1,000 listeners, easy. Like over 100, and you can start getting sponsors. So like if there's a way to set up a bot system, like 1,000 bots for a podcast has to be cheaper than what the sponsors would pay you to be on that podcast. So what if you just had like this fake podcast that people are like paying you to be sponsors on?
It's just a sponsor
I feel like that
podcast.
could work. It's just they don't know it's all bots. It's just because they use these third-party companies to like
figure out
what podcast has listeners, and I don't know. I feel like someone could be doing that. I feel like there could be completely fake podcasts that are just bots, but they're making ad revenue.
But then some real people
notice it and
while,
start listening. I don't know.
See how it works. Just focus. I think I'm just going to focus on putting out like decent content.
Yes.
That I'm like proud of, which is hard, you know, with putting out something.
It's very hard, especially if you want to try to put stuff out every day, which is the algorithm demands that from you. If you're not posting pretty much every day, the algorithm isn't going to care.
Yeah, I noticed that I took a day off between a post, and now it dropped. It dropped by like 700. Like I was in the water, I was in the river, and then I fucking fucked up one day, and now I'm out of it again.
That's why I'll even just take something that I posted months ago and repost it, just because it's like, well, I need to post something.
Yeah,
you
just
know
repost the same video.
Gotta have something out there.
Yeah.
At least so the algorithm
I feel like
knows.
sharing in like I've been keeping up with the shares, and that's kind of helping. I feel like it helps with a little bit. Just 7 shares every day, and I share somebody's stuff. Like not only do they see my page, I get to support a bro or whoever, you know.
For sure.
Well, this has been a good episode. I appreciate you coming.
Little mini pod, dude.
Little mini pod.
Nothing crazy.
I bet you this has been about 30 minutes. This is good.
I'd say 15.
You say 15?
I think 15.
We might have did a 20-minute set right there, but I like these little mini episodes.
Yeah, I think
it's straight to the point. We
I think
kind of talk
good.
around. Thanks for coming out, Logan Brown. Check out Logan on his Logan Brown Comedy.
Logan Brown
podcast.
Comedy, man. The Logan Brown podcast.
He's on everything.
Everything.
I got to do that too. I got to get on other apps, doing Spotify, whatever. But thank you. Lamar's Not Funny, Logan Brown Comedy. See you guys next time.